1890 and 1810. It's an amazing form. This is really cabinet making. I just love this book-matched veneer on the doors. It's got this great swirling grain. We've got this nice distinctive line inlay with a bellflower. You've got this wonderful shaded triangular border. And what's really another nice touch
Hello.
is if you
What is everybody?
they've got this kind of tiger striped mahogany.
Unfortunately, my camera front is cracked, so that's why the bad screen. But
they've used figured maple, which gets this extra vibrant tiger striped grain. And the selection of the wood is amazing. It's almost a lyrical quality to it that draws your eye up the
just
joint
waking
as
up.
the grain goes.
Actually, I've been up for about 2 hours.
And continues up.
How goes, Gerald?
It's a really magnificent
Always good to
piece.
see you.
If we open up the desk door
Did you
here,
get them batteries charged up, or are they junk for that 574? I do love that tractor. That's it's one of the nice utility powerhouses, you know.
Your ancestor that used this.
I think I told you, but one of the first hay farmers I worked for had a 574 short utility. I think yours is taller. I'm not sure. I think yours is taller, though. I think his was shorter. Maybe he just had smaller tires, though. Yeah, I don't know. I love that tractor. I rode right on the back of it every day. And he raked and baled and whatever, and we did her. What are you up to today, Gerald? You got any plans for the fields or what?
When my mother was pregnant with me, she was turning 40.
You don't know yet. Yeah, well, that happens. I know I got to get out and disc, but I've been doing a garage roof all week, so trying to make $600-700 this week, hopefully, and put that away. Oh, still got today, tomorrow, and Saturday morning.
Okay.
Tore all the shingles off, went to steel.
Well, the shelf piece
The
was used in a art show at a museum, and they said that it was from the
I don't know.
Han period. It might have been a piece of jewelry.
Oh, you still have lots of hay to make? See, all the fields around me are cut in fourths right now, and the frost was so heavy this morning that the rows looked like little white snow piles all up and down. I mean, it was yeah. And it's only getting 50s, so I mean, it's not drying out very well. Now, I need your opinion here. I was thinking about buying some silage bales, maybe like 1 or 2, and then just feeding him half a bucket of that and the other half of that's too bad. Gonna get some of your hay, but I want to get some silage bales. I have a local farmer that's selling silage bales that's at 50% green, I think. So I'd like to get one of them to just supplement his hay diet, you know. What do you think about that, Gerald? I'd like to know what your opinion is on silage, because I don't know all that much about it. I want to start green chopping, but I gotta have 1,000 RPM PTO shaft to get a chopper. You think it'd work good? Alright. Well, see, what I'm doing here is I'm getting a whole skid of feed, basically for free. It's not, but it is. Oh, so I'm getting the skid of feed for free. I got, I don't know, 60 bales of hay, and I think a round bale of silage would really do it. You know, get us right through the winter, I hope. We're doing pretty well right now. It's October what? I don't know, 25th or something. So basically we got four.
And I could say definitively it's jade,
Oh,
jade
man.
that sort of thing.
Uh-huh.
So it's green stone at this point.
Would that change
Got
the
about
price
6
at
months
all?
we gotta deal with that. 10 bales a month isn't very good.
Okay, let's get to the good part. Now, on the shell piece, it's beautifully executed. It's really nicely done. You have that.
Well, I was thinking half a bucket of silage, half a bucket of hay, half a bucket of grain. So he's actually getting a bucket and a half a day, is what I was thinking. I wasn't thinking just a half a bucket, you know. I'm definitely in for feeding him.
On the Mescala piece, it has this beautiful angularity.
And maybe I won't get my whole half a bucket of grain, which is quite a lot. I mean, that's a lot of grain. Now you say with a chainsaw, see now, how would that work because of all the oil? All my chainsaws run bar oil, so I don't want to be cutting silage with, you know, bar oil in it.
Or 6 to 10. I wouldn't be surprised. But I want to be conservative, and I don't want you to come after me later.
I mean, have you ever done this? Have you ever wrapped green chop?
Very interesting painting by the artist Joseph Kleitch. And I understand, you know,
A lot of guys around here just green chop it right into wagons and bunk it. And that's what I want to get into doing, is just green chopping everything so I don't have to wait on it. I can just green chop it all in one day, unload the wagon, compress it, cover it up, and call it good, you know? But I don't know, it's expensive.
And unfortunately, he passed away, but my father and mother knew.
If I can, I don't know.
They did buy it from his
If I can do that.
That was 1939.
Well, that's perfect provenance, going right from the artist's wife to your family. Joseph Kleitch was actually born in Hungary, and he studied in.
Yeah, see, I mean, corn silage isn't feasible for me because I have no fields for corn, you know. Everything I have is hay.
He comes to the United States
And
in 1901, and
I don't know, I think with the field expansions that I'm doing right now, I don't know. I kind of want to talk to the farmer down the road and maybe see if we can go half and half on a chopper. You know, I pay $1,000, he pays $1,000, and he runs it with his tractor, you know. And because I mean, all I have is, you know, maybe I don't know, what do I got? Acre, 3. I might have 5 acres of hay, you know, maybe 6. Yeah, I mean, a chopper's the way to go. See, for me, the hay, I don't mind baling hay. I just wish that my baler would run like a top, you know, and it doesn't. So I gotta physically strip the baler, you know, and I don't know.
And they paid $100.
$100.
I'm a mechanic and everything, you know, but I don't know anything about knotters. I mean, I've learned what I've learned in the past year of hay season. This is my first hay season, you know, true hay season. Last year I baled 40 bales, you know, and they got molded because I neglected them, and I should not have.
When we saw the painting, we were all very excited, so it's a pleasure to be able to talk about it.
Certainly all my pleasure.
See, and I just got it to where it's tying, but now my header's messed up. It's completely crooked, cockeyed crooked, and I just cannot. I don't know. I don't know. I gotta pull the header off. It's only 2 pins and a chain. It's not so bad. I've done it once. I can do it again. But basically, I got to pull the header off, pull it apart somehow, try to correct where it's running off of the track on the rollers. You know, the bars they go into disc plates on each side, and the rollers are worn out. The bearings are bad. So what they do is they have, here, where am I at? They have, man, that glare is awful. They have like that much play in them. Okay. So now when they have that much play, they're rolling off the track by a 1/4 inch, and they're slipping off of that track and getting wedged underneath it. And then the whole header stops, and it really don't do nothing. So what I gotta do is go and pry it back onto the track and run it for a strip of hay, you know, maybe 1 bale or 2 bales, and then it runs off the track. Well, I'm not going to keep doing that. I've only done it 3 times. I had to just finish the field to get done, you know what I mean? So I can't just keep doing that. It's going to ruin that track, ruin everything. It's going to ruin it all. So I got to figure out how to pull it apart, put the rollers on it, try to fix the track if I can, peen it back out straight. You know, and I don't know. I gotta just figure that out. Hello, how are you? Looks like we got another person joining. Here, that's a little bit better. Not as much glare. Yeah, my camera screen is cracked right on my phone, so it's not doing so well. A little wild hair. How is everybody?
My wife told me to pay $500.
Tell me a question. Ask me a question.
More than $500, I get all the credit. If it's way
Want to see a big giant buck?
Well, I think you'll get some credit. I think if this picture were to appear at auction today here in New York in a major sale, it would carry an estimate of between
Big giant buck.
and $20,000.
What was that question? There should be holes to bring the bearing out with.
Oh my,
So you have a surprise
Okay.
for your wife.
I do.
Well, see, now the problem I'm having with that is that the bearings on the bar itself are attached to the bar. So I'm not really sure how I'm supposed to get in there and get that off. You know, I gotta somehow take that plate off.
This is really good.
Now, what kind of square baler do you have,
As you know, it's
Gerald?
a clock.
'Cause I thought you just ran round
The
bales.
last quarter of the 19th century, probably around 1880. It's a little larger than.
This is watching here. Leave a comment and like.
The condition of the gilding is.
We're
very
just trying to build up the channel here.
Like that. It has these very nice rope twist columns with Corinthian capitals.
Right.
That's very popular. This style.
Massey
of
Ferguson
case
120. Okay,
on
all right.
this leaf.
See, now I've been looking around for different balers.
Case, very attractive. It's got a
I do
porcelain
love my
style
International. I don't know.
with this, filigree work.
I probably messed up when I bought it. I should have looked it over better.
Very nice
It
detail.
rid. It did what it should have done, but the knotters just suck. But I got it with a whole new, another set of knotters.
And it also has
Whole separate set of knotters.
power repeat.
Uh,
So when you press the button, it
So I
tells
think
you
I'm gonna
the
maybe
previous
pull them
strike
out
that was struck.
and
that's
probably
very
pull the
popular
dog
among collectors.
arms off it, and
When this clock was
maybe,
made,
I don't know, I think
clock
they
had
might
a
even redone the spindles and everything, so I might,
clock has a pendulum
I don't know, I might look
very
into that.
stable in order to run. You can't tip it.
What else did I get for that? I
Stay
got
on
some
the
covers
table or on the
and
mantle. These
extra
carriage
bolts
clocks
and
were meant
splines
for
and all
travel.
sorts of weird
And
stuff.
so I can actually
I don't know, I think the guy had a whole nother baler,
and
and he just
we can
chopped a
see
bunch of
that
parts
it's still
off it
running
and,
because the balance wheel
you know, called it good.
escapement is still
But
turning. Okay. So that
what,
made these
who else
clocks
is in here?
perfect for travel.
Leave a comment.
And they came with the protector.
Ask a
Actually
question.
has the remnants of a name
We're
on the dial.
just having a little farm talk,
We don't
talking
know
about
what.
silage, talking about
Most of
tractors,
these
green
carriage
chopping.
clocks are not signed.
Trying to get it all figured out.
So we often
And I
don't
think
know.
I might be
What we know is the
moving soon,
difference. So
which is
the
not
punchline. How
something
much
I
is it
want to
worth?
do
How
in the
much do you think
schedule.
it's worth?
I have no idea. That's why I brought it today.
Come on, give me a guess.
Over $1,000.
That's a good guess. Because of the
Yeah,
time
well, that
and
yeah, you're
size,
right on the
the style
timing
of
part.
this clock,
Everything's
I would say
timed right on the
retail
baler,
price, a
except
conservative retail price
my
would be
left
$12,000.
nodder. If you're standing on
You know, fancy
the left
Ferrari,
side,
you might
you
sell
know,
it
right
for
next to the
higher than that.
nodders, my left nodder
I love the clock.
is probably 1 second slower, or a half a second slower than the other nodder.
My dad gave it to me.
So as soon as the one pulls off, the other one
That's what he
is
outside his time frame.
pulling
He's a
off.
collector of sorts.
Yes.
You know, like this one pulls off,
I love it.
and
I
then
use it.
one more
That's about
flake,
it.
and that pulls off, or
Was he a big spender?
uh,
Daddy was right, yes.
a little compression to pull that one off. So I don't know if I have to adjust my attention or my attention spring on my dog, or if maybe the timing is off on it, or if it's worn. I know for sure that my needle tripper, the one that builds up each notch, that's pretty worn out. So I'm going to try to locate a new one, put that on there, because I think that it's missing. I think it's spinning wrong.
Here in the lower panel, and there's at least one crack in one of the
Bill hook
larger
might be
panels.
tighter on that one.
But okay, let's see.
Yep.
Put this back in.
Seeing it, I'm learning. You know, I've never had to work on the balers. I've always just bailed. I've always just put the bales on the wagon. You know, it's all learning for me.
Now, however, it
The,
could have been a variant. Like you say, it fits perfectly. And
The baler ran pretty good at the end there. I had her going, and I don't know, what did I do? I did 5 bales that all tied themselves. And see, another thing with the International baler is all the moisture. Moisture for International balers is awful. You gotta have dry hay, no moisture underneath the hay when you're picking it up. You gotta have a very modest row to pick up. You can't have huge, massive windrows like a round baler can just suck it all in. I mean, the square balers, you really got to run finicky. And I think what I was doing was running it too fast. And somebody had mentioned that, so I slowed down, and that definitely made a lot difference. It wasn't packing as hard. It wasn't making these huge bales that I was doing. I mean, I was just being stupid completely, you know? It's like, God. So I gotta really watch my ground speed and try to just try to get it figured out. I don't know. I know all my adjustments on my bale chamber alone are screwed. There's 2 that are broken. My up and down on my bale chamber are completely seized, so I gotta get them unseized, probably with a torch or something. Hey, how it goes? How you doing, Slice of Heaven? Yeah, we're just hanging out talking about farming. The
my mother paid $400 for it in 1959.
consistence with windrow, right? Yeah, yep, consistent, yep. Yeah, the
a good retail price to be between $3,000 and $5,000.
hey, that's fine. Ask away. We're just talking about it, you know. I'm just kind of describing right now about how my baler is having issues. So also what I got to do is knock my plunger back in the open, take off the wooden block on top, because that is very shot. Now I thought about just pulling my whole plunger with a come along and just trying to redo the bearings, the wood, go in the chamber itself, start
You have scenes that often look back
Start,
to nature.
you
So if
know,
you look up here at the top, you can see that you have waterfowl, grass.
start redoing it.
And
I,
it's beneath
I
the
just got to
deep
redo the
kind of
whole
water, and
damn
this
thing,
lower
man.
Lapit border, which is what this is
And I
called,
hate to
which is
redo it all and
incorporating
then have my
stylized
knotters
wildlife
not
designs,
doing what they should be.
but it's also
Because
reminiscent of what
they
we
were
call
tying,
survival
I was
GMS,
getting
so
them
there's
good.
a little bit of
But like I
reference
said,
to
that
Western
left side I
design.
think is just
In
a
addition
touch
to
more
nature
worn
design.
out or
And then
something.
you've got this
Something
animal.
is
This
messed up.
Japan called Akira
And I
animal.
had the
China, they call
book,
it Chilan.
but I broke my
And it's this
phone, so I
animal
lost that book.
incorporates
So I
other
gotta buy
types of
a hard
animals'
copy, which is what I should have
It's a
done.
mythological
And I
creature.
thought I
And as we go
did
down,
do,
we see here in
but
black
it wasn't.
phoenix,
It was a digital.
symbol of rebirth and longevity. And here we've got our little crab.
Wish you could talk.
sea creatures, and
Yeah, I know.
carp. And here
I don't know how to
is
add
one
people
of
to the
Blue's
live stream. I don't know how to
series
do
of
that.
turtles, tortoises, emerging from waves.
Oh, that's not
And
what I
that's a
wanted.
particularly Japanese
I don't
motif.
think there
It's
is,
not Chinese, but it's incorporating
I don't think
Chinese
there is a way to
elements,
add
which is
people
why
to a live
people
stream
in the
like
family thought
this.
it might be Chinese.
I know,
This actually was an
Canadian
ancient
Drone
stone.
Hub, they add
It's
people to
essential.
theirs, but I think
Now,
that's through
all these
Google.
motifs
Through
are emblematic
Google,
one way or another of good luck,
oh, what do they call that?
positive
Google,
service.
Chrome
And
or
it's made
Google
purposely
something.
for
They
sale
do
in
their
the
live
US,
stream right through there.
usually made in pairs. My
But,
guess
yeah,
is
I
that it
don't
would
think
have
I
been
can
made in
add
the
anybody on this one. So you
1870s.
guys just have to ask questions. Sorry.
And in Japan, we had the Meiji period
Um,
beginning in 1868 and ended in 1912.
The tractor.
Which is a
Okay,
period
on the
of
tractor.
industrial revolution
I got a
in
crack on the
Japan.
block.
What did your mother pay for this?
Because my mother didn't spend a lot of
Yeah, I
money.
don't know. I don't know if I can do it on my mobile phone.
We're talking about the early 1940s.
Yeah, I'm not good either.
Auction sale.
But the most tech I've seen in a while is that package you got the other day, Gerald, with all that camera stuff.
Today,
It's like,
I would
golly,
say
I
that we expect
I don't even know what I'd do with all that. I'd be
15,000
rigging up every one of them stands on everything,
Okay.
just trying to get footage of weird stuff.
probably more in the
But yeah, I don't know how to do all that stuff.
Okay.
But I have a crack on the block of my tractor, okay? And it's just in the cooling. There's no oil or anything. It's just antifreeze.
About 20 years ago.
So what I did was I JB welded it, which has worked
And we opened it up.
not
Inside
so
there were
well.
some
It
materials
leaks.
connected to Art Spiegel.
It does okay.
Of course, he was really famous then for Mouse. We didn't know what to make of it, but we realized we were looking
Yeah,
at it seemed to be
yeah, and once you figure out how to use it, you're gonna be,
done maybe 20
oh
years
man, you're
earlier,
gonna be
he was
set, you know?
Not so well known.
You can just mount that camera right on the tractor.
A little earlier.
I wish I had my camera stand. I lost it. I can't find the thing.
And this was going to be a sequel.
It was cracked when I bought the tractor,
Opinionated, irreverent
and
production.
I made the assumption that it was just in the
Some
cooling,
of them very raunchy.
so I
Proposals
went ahead and just
that
bought it.
Greens had been
It's a
a
weak
quotation
spot
back
in
in
the
60s,
engine block,
that
clearly.
protests and free love and
So I think what I'm gonna do is pull the starter. It's right behind the starter. It's a weird spot.
very cynical in many
I think I'm gonna get out a wire brush
There were some
on the
examples
drill,
in the proposal.
wire brush
Chapter titles,
all the
which I
old
couldn't repeat.
JB Weld right off. I'm gonna get right off of
We
there.
don't know how my mother got hold of this, but our best
Uh,
guess is that
I'll
maybe
probably
every
drain the
mouse
fluid out so that
that
there's
we
nothing
did,
weeping
so
through.
didn't need to pursue
And
other
then
projects, so
I'll
maybe
probably get it nice and dry.
the local library.
JB Weld it really
My mother
nice.
may be getting into library
You know, I'll
sales
do it
because
much
of
better
the
than what I did the first time. I did that
Art Spiegel
very
was
sloppy. I
also
should have done it
their
better.
friends and colleagues
Um,
who worked on the whole Brains book as co-editor.
And then I'll refill the fluid, and it should hold better. See, now the last time I left the fluid in it, and the downward pressure actually was putting bubbles into the JB Weld and putting fluid out through it. So it leaks very, very slowly. It's a hairline crack, but it's about, I don't know, I'd say about
At the beginning of his fame,
maybe that
wasn't
long.
quite famous yet. That
So a
magazine
few
was
inches
called
long, you know, and it just
Each
weeps,
issue of Raw,
weeps radiator fluid real slow.
the graphic novel Mouse.
Now the other issue that I need to address is my main seal on my engine is leaking pretty hard. it's leaking oil frequently. Oh, you missed everything, man. Green chopping, tractors, everything. We're just talking about my engine right now. Roof is up, so bomb's good. Drain coolant, so it will seal better. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'll just drain it. I'll grind her down, and it's not good because it's cast, so I can't weld it. If it was just a steel block, I'd have somebody just lay a bead right on it, a nice perfect bead with a TIG welder, and it'd be perfect. It would be over with. But I think I just gotta take the motor off, sand her down, get it all cleaned up, drain it out, dry it off, and apply, get it on there real nice, and it should hold. I think it should hold. All it is radiator coolant. There's no pressures or anything. It's just seeping. It's not like it's not a sieve or nothing. It's just seeping. But my main seal is concerning me. It's leaking pretty well. Deedly do. How are you? So I think what I can do is. Nope, not cylinder head. Just the engine block around the sleeves. There's a small water leak around one of the sleeves on the outside, not on the inside. But I'm gonna pull the. I think I'm gonna pull the motor. All it is a CV shaft in between the motor and the rear end. So I'm just gonna pull that shaft, pull the motor out. It's only like 4 bolts that holds the whole motor in, and pull the motor, flip it, take it, and drop the pan off it, redo the pan seals, and have a look at the underneath. Because I haven't ever pulled the pan. Excuse me. I haven't ever pulled the pan on this tractor.
Bullets and then the bullets. So there's 2 of these.
So the $25 you paid was for 2.
Yes, so $12.50 each.
Yeah, it might be good to just jump on that. The 574 is an important tractor on your farm. And it may not sound like it, but when you got oil leaking and stuff, it's getting on your tractor. It's getting on your floor in your shop. It's getting in your fields. And you're also spending money on the oil itself. May not sound like much, but a quart of oil is from anywhere from really cheap $3 to $8, And so I think it's really important that I try to pull this motor out this winter. And I think what I can do is pull it out, do the seals and everything, hopefully in about 2 days. That's what I'm really shooting for. Now, I'd love to be able to pull the motor in the one garage, bring the motor to my shop so I have heat, do the motor there, and then bring it back out, put it in the tractor. But I haven't decided if I can do that. 70 cents for a quart of oil. Well, I tell you what, if you could go back now and buy all the oil you could, you'd be doing pretty well. It's pretty funny, but yeah, so that main seal is really irritating because it leaks pretty good. Now, another leak that I'm having on the tractor is my hydraulic control valve is leaking. Yeah. Tell you what's a giant oil spill is them fucking Molines you got. Man, you gotta fix them up though, dude. Them are sweet. Them Molines are super heavy duty that you have. I've clutched it several times, just can't do it right now. We have used it every day whenever we have time to do projects. See, now in the winter I'm always plowing with the tractor, so I gotta try to deal with the weather and the cold,
You
you know.
raise a substantial amount of money,
Pull it out,
$250,000 for the statue
clean it
itself,
all up
and
with a
the
wire
pedestal,
brush
which was designed
on the
by
drill,
American architect
fast speed.
Richard Morris Hunt.
Oh, what do we got here?
They did exhibit
Yeah, the road
full-size
gear is
farming for
very
20th
sweet on the Molines.
exposition for
Somebody was saying you put a turbo on it or something, you know. It's like, nah, man, track. My oop,
86 that we actually got the statue.
That's right.
scary fast. Yeah.
Making it the tallest
See, my
freestanding structure in the country.
my tractor,
We got some small
it goes,
versions
I don't
of
know.
these.
I brought it home from the shop that I had it at. He was doing some work for me, welding up the 3-point, and he took off before or after me, and he thought I got lost. You know, he couldn't find me on the way to my place. He thought I just had gotten lost. And he pulls in, and I'm sitting there already, you know. And it's like, yeah, the tractor's pretty quick, you know. It's, I think it does about 14 miles an hour in road gear, fourth gear. I have a video on my page of Massey Harris 22 doing fourth gear. And I think I actually had the brush hog behind it. So I was going pretty quick, you know, maybe 18.
Somewhere between $3,000 and $37,500.
You were home already.
To learn about the Statue of Liberty and the history.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I got there pretty quick. And see, now that's a mile from that corner I rounded to my house. Hey, how are you, Manic Magic? We're just all hanging out, having a little chat about some tractors and doing a little tractor racing.
This is the story of a lot of watches. There's a wonderful presentation.
Yeah, yep. Now, I'm not saying I couldn't have the block welded. I never said that I couldn't have the cast welded. I know that you can braze onto it. My main concern is I just don't want some idiot messing up my block, for one, because they don't make Massey Harris tractor engines anymore, and they haven't since the 50s. So if I have this block ruined, I'm not ever gonna get one. You know, I mean, it's a really hard engine to find.
It's got a spare mainspring inside
A
it.
few years back, very true.
A spare crystal.
Now I've looked into it though, you know, and I do agree that it can be brazed. You drill each end of the crack, you braze it in, and it's fine. That's fine with me. But where I live, it's either good people that cost a lot of money, or you get them crappy people that are cheap, but they don't know how to do the job properly. Now, I am more like, hey, let's do this job properly and never do it again, you know? But when it comes to saving a few $100s and maybe just buying all the seals for the engine, I'll just JB weld it, you know? Turned it into a post hole drill.
This is what's known as a minute repeater.
We have a block laying around KS somewhere. Oh, shoot. Yeah, you got a block for what? What do you got laying around? Tell me. What else? What did that say on there? Turned it into a post hole drill. I missed it. Lived on a farm, owned a Massey. What kind of Massey did you own?
There's a very interesting description.
It's inscribed to William Lemon, who was my great-grandfather.
These watches were
I'm interested.
highly desirable in the 1960s.
I know,
Today, a few years ago, it was not such a valuable watch. But recently, when these have been selling at auction, they've been bringing...
I don't have a farm welder. That's the problem. I don't have any electricity even over there, you know, so I gotta deal with that. Whatever happened with the Super 90? Right? I think it was a Super 90. Whatever happened with that Massey Outcast? I'd love to see what you did with that tractor, man. That thing is sweet. Did a lot of work to it. I'd like to know if you got her going or what. I know we talked about it before, but I forget.
Well, I'm glad you brought that. The China
The,
is one that has been floated in the
I like them
marketplace
bigger
for
tractors though.
many
There's
years.
a
The truth
MF 190 up the road from me,
in
and that's like a 4-bottom plow tractor. That's a big tractor, you know. It's got, I don't know, I think it has 2 to 4 outlets, which is a ton. And it has a bucket. The whole bucket, the frame of it holds the liquid, which I haven't ever seen that before because all of the equipment I went to school with, they didn't have that. They all had separate reservoirs for their hydraulic fluid. But that was pretty interesting to see that. See, now that tractor is just so big, I couldn't afford it. You know, $5,000 or whatever. It's just no way. You know.
That's a lot of money. Silk back then was not sold by the yard. Silk was sold by weight.
Making things complicated. Hey, you have a good day too. I gotta get out of here and walk down to work myself. The roof's waiting, so I think I'll stay on here for a few more minutes and talk about this Super 90. Now, this Super 90, I believe, is pretty rare because I haven't ever seen one. Now that you say that, and I really think you should try to get it back together and all pieced back together. You know, just piece by piece. And
George Washington crossing the Delaware, and over here is Farragut and a good Navy battle. That would appeal to any.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
you got an old one, huh? Now, do you still have that, or did you sell it?
Around $1,200 to $1,500.
Because that sounds like a pretty interesting. If it's a Massey.
It's a great story that I think our viewers can learn from.
Oh, thank you. I have never seen
Yeah, you know, I don't know if you've considered it, Chris, but you could probably go and sell a few of them, you know, cars and stuff and whatever. I mean, you got tons of shit you could sell. Tons of stuff. You got, I mean, everything from auctions. You can just rebox that stuff and sell it back on eBay. I mean, and get more money than you ever paid for it, you know. And just try to fund some of them projects, you know. I mean, you know, like them boxes of Smurfs the other day we were talking about. You know, if you sold each Smurf for a few cents or whatever,
Have you done any research on them? Do you know anything about, you know?
it should be running with a new pump, but I think it needs to go to the Massey collection for restoration.
Well, yes, he was from Cleveland, Ohio, originally. He came from a fairly wealthy background. His father was in the...
We are gonna crush out very soon. What does crush out mean? Does that mean you're gonna crush all the cars in the back and sell them? I don't know what you mean by that. I'd highly suggest you sell some of that auction stuff though and fund that.
Took all those influences from British inventors
while repost his farm, and that's where it stayed.
Put them all together, added a bit of a dash of American folk art as well.
Oh, you're gonna make it go and sell it. Okay. Yeah, see, I'm not into that. I'd rather make it go and keep stuff like that, you know, and sell the little stuff. And, you know, it's like that tow truck you have. Oh my goodness, I would have that thing immaculate looking, and I'd be using it. Okay, so yeah, you're gonna process them and haul them in. So now, you guys must be going crazy without living in that house. I mean, how can you not try to get that house done and live there? Wouldn't that be much better for you?
About 6 years later, he was dead.
Had an old bulldog too. Hey, that's cool. I got a pit bull. He's awesome. He's a handful, man. He jumps and has a good old time. Hey, how you going, River Rat? It's funny because we live on the river at my other place here, and they always called us the river rats because we go around and collect all the stuff after the floods every year. I mean, we'd come back with boats full of, 2x4s and, what does this say? Charge no tractor. I needed a,
People actually thought that was a suicide as well. So, pretty tragic circumstance.
okay,
His widow, as was,
whatever that means.
said about creating his reputation as an artist.
But
And did so very successfully.
yeah, we live right here on the river, and we always go up and down the river and get everything.
$12,000.
And to think my mom just wanted to frame.
Thing in the camper.
Glad you-
Yeah, okay. Yeah, see now, what do you got to do in that basement yet? Just pour a couple of walls, or I think you said something about digging a 4x4 hole or something. You had to put a sump in.
I saw it, and the art dealer who had this piece said, "Do you know
Oh,
who
explosive
Louise Nevelson is?"
charge.
And I said, "It doesn't ring a bell at first." He said, "She's only the most famous female American sculptor that there is."
That's
I said,
interesting.
"I believe you." I said, "But
Uh,
if we're interested in the piece, no money, I can sign tribal art."
Oh, you mean Bulldog Tractor? I know what you're talking about. Yeah, a lot of people in Europe collect them things. You start them off with a 20 gauge shell. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
And when she died, some of these pieces that were in the collection.
Yeah, what do you got to do left in that basement there, Chris?
Morel selling two paintings from Louise Nevelson at auction some years ago.
Yeah.
And in the auction records states that.
Yep, I know what you're talking about there.
Okay, and so Louise Nevelson.
Because I believe you had all the cement already down there and everything, didn't you? Already in the basement?
And she was born in 1899. She was actually a
It's a
Russian
dig
immigrant.
out
In
and
the
new
1930s,
walls
she was
all
taking
around,
classes
going
at the
10
Art
inch.
Student
We
League
built
in New York.
concrete
And she had
forms
her
and
first
all.
solo show
Okay,
in
so now,
1941.
do you have a
She's most
mixer?
widely known for these monumental
Because we have gas-powered mixer and we can pour quite a lot of cement all at once. I think our mixer holds 8 wheelbarrow loads, or no, 6. 6 wheelbarrows of cement every time we mix. So that's a 94-pound cement bag, Portland cement, and I think it's 3 pea gravels and 1 sand,
experimented with painting and printmaking. We see those works come up for auction.
and
And
a
she also
bucket of
experimented
water.
with
I think is what we
smaller,
always
almost
mixed.
tribal wood carvings. There's also this sort of cubist
But
artwork
yeah, I
that
mean,
goes with it as well.
cement ain't easy, man. That's what I do for a living, you know. I mean, I'm a
We know her first
mason,
exhibition was
so
in 1941.
apprentice
So I
mason.
suspect this is a piece dating from the early 1940s, possibly as early as 41, but somewhere between 1940 and 1945. It's most likely part
Yeah,
of-
you know, in a truck in that situation is very helpful because they can literally put their boom all the way down in that basement, and you guys can just direct the cement where you want it. Now, if you get a cement blower truck with the flexible tubes, they're a pain in the ass, and they're kind of hard to hold on to, and you don't let go because you're gonna mess up everything with cement. But you can blow that cement in them walls real easy. You pop a board halfway up the wall, you fill that wall up, you put the board back on, you fill the top, put the board back on. You know, I mean, it ain't that hard, you know, it's pretty easy.
From an antique dealer. She was first married.
Well, the vase was designed.
Yeah, I mean, you get that basement done, then what's next? You got to go upstairs and start framing it all back in?
Sirens, mermaids, if you like.
Hey, I hear you, man. I'm not rich either. I got to pay everything from my own hand and fist, you know what I'm saying? I got everything I own. It was either given to me, I got for free, or I bought,
In 1912,
you know?
he's 52 years old. He officially becomes a
The farm is built upon
But this
free.
vase, to me, which was
I mean,
designed, by the way, in 1913,
I don't know. I would say half of the things at the farm
in
I have
regular
gotten for
construction
free.
Korea, ideally represents
Now, how have I done that?
in transition.
Well, I've spent a lot of time, like 4 to 5 years, of collecting tools, of collecting nuts and bolts, collecting steel, collecting boards, you know.
Now, I hope you didn't chip this on the way here today.
No, that's been chipped for my
Build
whole
the
life.
home and garden inside. Right, yeah. See, now, are you going to do a steel roof? Because that would be the way to go. Go to an auction, buy a whole pile of steel, and on there. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you know what? Your farm with a white picket fence would look pretty freaking cool, dude. Like, I don't know, because your whole farm is just a square there, basically. So if you put a white picket fence out in the front, man, oh, that'd look pretty. Especially your location. It's all flat, you know, it's no hills. That would look very cool. I would agree with that.
Very nice. Very nice. Thank you very much. This is a
Blue
check
steel
that
like the
I have
carports.
for
Oh, yeah, that's awesome.
6th Avenue Polo
Yeah,
Grounds
thanks for...
shop.
Yeah, my place is coming along pretty nice, you know, and I've kind of neglected it the past week because I've been working, but I'm going to get back over there hopefully. Well, see, right now my Jeep is in the shop. I got a water pump blown out of it, and I didn't have time to do it. It's, you know, it'd take me a day to do it. It's a Laredo, so everything's pretty tight in the engine compartment. And, excuse me, where I work, I can just get a ride to work pretty easily and work all day, and hopefully my car will be done today, but if it's not, I guess I gotta deal with that. But yeah, I think your house would be pretty sweet, buddy. You put a nice pool table in one of them rooms, and we can shoot pool till the morning's done.
There was an exhibition at a gallery here in New York called the Julian Levy Gallery.
Oh, geez, I can't help nothing with Nodders. I'm awful with that. What kind of baler do you have? I forgot you had a baler, actually. Yeah, I'm not very good with Nodders. I'm a lot better with motors. I can tear her down and put her back together the way she was. But man, the Nodders are a real irritating thing. Now, you don't have any ground to bale, do you? I mean, you don't have no field or nothing, right?
Made out of sterling silver, copper, and then they're placed.
Well, you got a baler almost like mine, so it must be an international then.
A teak brass checkerboard pattern. And I think what's the most interesting is that he's used negative
that's a bad glare.
where there isn't any teak or brass as darker squares on the chessboard.
I guess I'm gonna get off, boys. I gotta go to work.
We're gonna see that
Like and sub and
on the underside.
stay tuned. Thank you. Thanks for the chat and
Since it is sterling
loved all the
silver.
questions.
So he's done these